Hi, I'm Jamie Wright, middle school librarian, and I'm here to help you find your next great book. Today's book talk episode features books about bullies and outcasts. The first book is Warp Speed by Lisa Yee. Part of the Rancho Rosetta Quartet, Warp Speed is one of my favorite books. Marley is a Star Trek fan, original series, thank you very much, not so much Next Gen and the others. His family runs an old-style movie theater with fancy curtains, and they play classic films, and they live upstairs. The basement has a huge collection of costumes from the theater's stage days, and Marley hangs out there by himself, keeping a captain's log of events. He hangs out with some members of the AV club at school, including an avid Star Wars fan, the subject of a lot of bitter debates about which is better. His former best friend, Stanford Wong, has become popular since he joined the basketball team, so they don't even talk anymore. But Marley wonders what it would be like to be him and how he changed so much and seemingly so instantly. There are three kids at school who always hang around together, and whenever they see Marley, they punch him. He has bruises everywhere. He calls those kids the Gorn, and he gets pretty fast at running away. Sometimes they wait near his locker or they find him around town. So he just runs. Another kid is forcing Marley to do his homework for him, and he's a giant, scary human that nobody wants to mess with. Basically, things are miserable. One day, the track coach watches Marley run and tries to convince him to join the team. Marley's not interested, but when his speed becomes known, he starts to attract more positive attention at school, and his AV club friends are suspicious that he'll abandon them. I love this book because there's not nearly enough realistic fiction about male friendships, and obviously males have friends and relationships worth reading about. I'm a huge fan of this author and the details that she makes. Everything is so real and authentic. She doesn't sound like an adult trying to write things she imagines teenagers would say. She captures the heart of the feeling. And as an adult reading it, you can remember that feeling too, even if your details are different. This book is a little bit older, so when Marley works up the courage to write the new girl a note, he does that instead of sending her a text, for example. But it doesn't take away from the story. There are three other books in this quartet that feature overlapping characters. So there's one from Stanford Wong's point of view, where he won't make the basketball team if he flunks his courses. So he has to be tutored by his awful genius cousin Millie, and he prays nobody will find out about it. And there's one about Millicent Min, girl genius, the tutor. She skips grade levels, and she hates volleyball, and she struggles to make friends. And the last one is called So Totally Emily Ebers, Emily being the new girl in Marley's world, and she's just moved to a new place, and she's in denial about the fact that her parents are divorcing. The next book is Restart by Gordon Korman. This is the one where you're the bully, but you don't remember anything. Chase wakes up in the hospital after an accident, and he can remember words and skills, but not any of his relationships. As he starts his recovery and he sees people in town and again at school, he notices people treating him oddly. First of all, his friends who come to visit him seem like really mean idiots. And second, people seem to avoid him or be really angry with him, and he has no idea why. Everyone treats the new him as if there's something wrong with him. And as he starts to be told more and more about who he's been and what he's done, it's clear he has a choice to make. He can go back to the old way of doing things, or he can try to start over. The next book is If a Tree Falls at Lunch Period by Gennifer Choldenko. This is the author of the Al Capone Does My Shirt series and others. It includes some brilliant writing and so authentic that it's really painful in places. This book alternates the point of view between Kirsten and Walker. Walker is starting a new school this year. He keeps a perfect grade point average, he's on the student council, and he's one of just 3 African Americans at his new school. He's quiet and confident, even if his mom is too controlling, until he discovers a family secret. Kirsten is white, and she's not looking forward to 7th grade, especially since her best friend Rory seems determined to do anything to be popular. Here's a quote. Plus, then I'm sitting next to her all lunch, and that's risky because I haven't mastered the art of kissing her feet. I always trip on the way down. Rory, on the other hand, is quite the foot kisser. She's so good, in fact, that I don't know when she's doing it and when she isn't. Maybe Rory never really liked me. Maybe she was just kissing my feet. Even worse, Kirsten's mom keeps pushing her to get along with Rory and to work harder to fit in with the popular crowd, even if they're horrible. Although the book tackles a lot of serious topics, including racism, injustice, school policies, loss of friendship, and family secrets, It includes a lot of humor, which makes it a little easier to take when the characters disappoint us or when it becomes clear that adults aren't going to do the right thing. This is a book that deserves a look. The next book is Khullar's Mustache by Kristi Wientge. Karma is just about to start middle school, and she has this embarrassing hair on her upper lip and no one to talk to about it. Her family is Sikh, and removing and cutting hair is discouraged, if not forbidden. Her best friend Sarah is suddenly going everywhere with this new girl named Lacey, and Lacey does not hold back when it comes to noticing and calling out what's different about others, including Karma's stash. Her older brother is starting university classes, and he and her father, who's working from home now, clash a lot over his classes and his hobbies and his general attitude. Karma is examining her faith and trying to figure out who she is at home and at school, where she's teased frequently. This book is funny, charming, and relatable. Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli might be the classic middle school book about bullying. Stargirl is new in town, and she does things other students just don't understand, like serenading people in the cafeteria on their birthdays, or leaving positive notes in people's mailboxes, or dressing however she pleases. She doesn't care about winning or being the best. She seems genuinely focused on making other people feel good. For most people in Leo's middle school, this does not compute. Still, he finds himself paying attention to her, and he even develops a crush on her. But the very things that attract him to her make him uncomfortable, and he wishes she would just tone herself down a little, fit in a little, make others and him more comfortable by not standing out so much. This book explores how unyielding groups can be when it comes to violating group norms, and whether just be yourself is ever something individuals can be in school settings. That's it for this episode of Book Talks, Bullies, and Outcasts. If you are still in search of your next great book, please ask your librarian. And remember, a book is always a good idea.